Have we done it? Am I live? Has this worked? Are we here? We're here! Wow! This is mental. YouTube live stuff is so much more complicated. So much more complicated than the Twitch stuff. I accidentally went live on Twitch as well. Didn't mean to do it. But we're here now. You love to see it. How is everyone doing? Wow! A different environment here today. The chat's in a different place on the screen as well. I'm getting used to all of this. This is crazy. Anyway, how are you all doing today? Great to see you all. Today, a little bit different stuff. Usually, obviously, we do an Arsenal save over on Twitch. Today, we're starting off on YouTube, and then we're going to move over to Twitch in like half an hour's time or so. Because I feel like I want to bring more of you guys from YouTube over to Twitch. I feel like this is quite a good way to do it. Just start the odd stream here for half an hour, and then we go and carry on Twitch, because it's a much better platform for live streaming. A lot less complicated to start a stream, and it's a bit more user-friendly for you and I and things like that. And we've got all sorts of stuff. Dave's here, hello man. Slenderman, Owen Hannah's here. Whoa, Owen Hannah. Is your first name Owen or is your first name Hannah? This has played on my mind for a little while. I just don't know. Just some Black Jesus with internet access. Hello, how are we doing? Love to see you. Slenderman's here. Yep, we're better to weaken the other teams as well. I saw the Eric Barai comment in there. I saw the Eric Barai comment up there. That's pretty good. Hello, Bradley. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Upbeat, sarcastic. I can actually read your username on here rather than on Twitch where I can't read it. Rob, hello, man. How are we going? Good to see you. Grand Wiki's here. Pav's here. Oh, everyone's here. LPS is here. Hello. Rise is here. You love to see it, lads. So, essentially, because it was a Thursday, when you do live streams on a Thursday, and we just happen to have this season finished, it might be quite good fun to just go through it together and go through the transfer window. So I've gone forward since the last day of the season. Last day of the season was the 17th of May. We are now on the 12th of June, so almost a month into the future. But the 12th of June is quite a significant day because if we look here on the news articles, you can see that we've got the club vision, we've got end of season team meeting, pre-season dates to be decided. The transfer window opens in a couple of days' time as well. So it's all pretty like a good period of time for us. And I think the sponsorship money comes in a few days' time as well. So it's all pretty decent. Wow, are you doing every stream like this then? Not every stream. I think every once in a while we'll start one on YouTube and bring it over. Because I think it'd be a bit annoying to do it all the time like this. And obviously, there's a lot of subscribers over on the Twitch channel. I think it would be a bit unfair to them to always do a bit of stream on here. So I think just every once in a while to bring some people over, we'll do it this way. So everyone's here. You love to see it. So people here. Charlie, Florian, Pedra, Aita's here. Thank you very much, lads. Hello, how are you all doing? No, it's Owen, and you've always called me Hannah on Twitch. I do. I always call you Hannah on Twitch because it's Hannah.Owen on Twitch, isn't it? Oh, man. Apologies. I always thought you'd just been called Hannah. I'm sorry, Owen. I'm going to have to change that now. Guy, say hello, Guy. Hello, George. More commonly known as Man Like Hags. Big Hags, you love to see it. Great to be here. Are we going to sign Big Shitty Gel? Of course we're going to sign Big Shitty Gel. Of course we are. Don't move this to Twitch tonight. Well, I feel like I've got to because all the subscribers over there and things like that. I think that's just the way we want to do it. We want to bring people over to Twitch. It's a better live streaming experience. So that's the thinking of it, really. But we'll have a good time here, first and foremost. Dutch is here. Shamlar's here. You love to see it. Mr. Welsh Irish, Tom, this you? It is me. Hello. We'll move over to Twitch very shortly, but it's just a way to bring people over. So, first things first, we're going to go through the club vision, which we're not going to change too much. They want to develop players using the club's youth system, which is fair play. Play high-tempo pressing football. We can do that. That's what we've been doing normally. They want to finish top half and be competitive in the Europa League. I think that's all pretty acceptable, so we will accept that current club vision. End of season team meeting. Discuss the plans for next season. Now, I don't think the team are going to be... I don't think they'll expect us to get like a top 4 finish. So I think what we're going to say is just come back for top half next season. Let's say that. And they all seem pretty happy with that, which is great to see. So lots of green there. And pre-season will start with 4 weeks of pre-season. That seems good to me. Brilliant. You love to see it. Right. Move to Twitch later on. We will do. Hi, Tom. Isle of Man joining you tonight. You love to see it. You love to see the Isle of Man. What a place. I'd love to go for the TT at some point. That just seems amazing. You should look at Zombar Bakos from MTK Budapest. Okay, we might look at him. Are you going to show us how Martin did and Naftan are doing? Okay, that's a great suggestion. Straight in there. Martin, I think they stayed in the top half of the table. I think I have to search MSK Fomat Martin to find them. So they did stay in the top half of the table. They are 5th, but didn't get through into the... If you look at the league table, came 5th, but haven't got European football, which is a bit of a shame. My club and Sanika have got it, as well as Zelina and Slovan Bratislava. It's fairly interesting. So at least they stay top half, but they didn't get many points. Look at their schedule. Oh my god. So we left here, and they won one competitive game after we left. One competitive game after we left. What on earth is that about? Blimey. Okay, well, Martin really suffered after we left. They changed formation slightly by looks of things, but I cannot... The team's good enough to not lose. I can't believe they've done that. That's crazy. Naftan, we'll have a quick look at them as well. Naftan came 6th in the Belarusian First Division, which is the second tier of football. So they've sort of stabilised. In fact, it's the middle of the season, isn't it? Actually, for them right now. So if we go back to last season, technically, they came... Where did they come? 7th. So, okay, they're sort of mid-table there, which is quite good to see. It's Bradley from Twitch. I thought it was you, Brad. Harbin Bradley. Hi, John. Oh, Isle of Man TT stuff. Joining in the Isle of Man TT. What am I talking about? Just joining from the Isle of Man. There we go. I'm reading old comments, aren't I? Did you take a look at players I recommended on Discord? I haven't yet. You have to remind me who they are. We can buy Gunnarsson at right back and Barai for Cam. Not a bad shout at all. So confused, not doing Twitch today. We are doing Twitch today. We're just going to start off on YouTube. We've got 82 viewers here already, and like we don't normally get that on Twitch. So I want to try and bring some people over. You know, show them what the live streams are about, and bring it over to Twitch in about 7:30 or so, something like that. Anyway, so Martin and Naftan not doing brilliantly. Now that we think about it, the first signing has to be, of course, if we can find him, Big Bag Shitty Gel. Where is he? Senior squad. Andre Shitty Don't worry, he's already highlighted. He's not good enough to play at all. He's got terrible current ability and potential ability, but of course, it's got to be done. How much do you want? They're selling him for 17k. Let's take him. They want to get rid of him. We want him. Also, I want Tyson Furman in the club as well, because he's got a nice bit of potential still and could be a good player for us. So we'll make a bid for him too and see what we can get in that regard. You love to see it. Ref is probably still loading. You love to see it. Hard time, I accidentally went on a motorway today on my bike and got lost. Oh, man. You don't go on motorways on your bike. not a great idea. Better get you to jail. We've got him. Normally about 35, 40 or so on Twitch. Yeah, that's right, Owen. Yeah, definitely. Get you to jail and follow him on Instagram. I don't think he'll accept me on Instagram. He doesn't know who I am, so I don't think he will do. TT back next year. That's good. Please buy a good sweeper keeper. Yes, we do need to get a new goalkeeper. I have made a bit of a list, actually. It's if you can see it, I don't know if you can or not, but it's a list here, and on here I've basically noted down every player that we've got that's under 21 years old and has got 4-star or more potential, and we've got 20 of them. So we've got a lot of players to bring up, basically. We've been hit with a tax bill of £85,000. Commercial summary, we've been sponsorship £4.1 million again. Okay, so now we've got £2 million in the bank. Why have we not got £4 million in the bank? What's that about? V finances, sponsors. We don't have £4 million of the sponsors anymore. Sponsorship's gone down. You hate to see that. That's not great for us. At least Shittigel has accepted his contract offer, and we can get Shittigel into the club. Finalise that, negotiate that. Give him what he wants, basically, because it's Shittigel. You love to see it. It's Martin, 120k for Tyson. Yeah, go on then. Why not? We can afford it here. We've got a lot of money to spend, and his contract, again, sort of give him what he wants, I feel, because he's a decent player. Brilliant. Okay. Right, moving onwards then. So these two players are definitely coming into the club, which is fantastic. Don't play in the Champions League final if you ever get there and he's not retired. What, the shitty Joe? He's got to play in the Champions League final. We'll try and get there. He might retire by then, I don't know. Are there any foreign player limits in Hungary? Good shout, good question, actually. Let's have a quick look. Hungarian Division 1 rules. Must be no more than 5 non-EU players. Okay. Well, Shitty Joe will count as 1, I think. But that seems alright to me, actually. I'm kind of happy with that. Okay. That's good. So, yeah, only 5 non-EU players. So, we can only sign like 4 Brazilians, unfortunately. Apparently, the squad are already back. How long was the squad gone? Hang on. It was only like here, wasn't it? End of season team meeting. The players have now gone on holiday. They're back on the 30th of June. So why are they back now? Why are we having a pre-season meeting right now? I don't know. Hope you're ready to finish my top half. That's a very short holiday, whatever that's about. But fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So transfer window is just open, which is great to see. Even more commonly known as Barry on the Discord. Oh, you love Barry on the Discord. He Cruyff turned the entire nation. They've never been the same since. What, Hal Robson-Kanu? I don't think he's available. I think he's probably retired in this one now. Trying to sign some of our youngsters, but let's reject that. We don't want that at all. Okay, so we do have a shortlist. And on the shortlist, there are a couple of players. First and foremost, you'll notice Horny's up there. The good old left-back from Slovan Bratislava, who we love to call Horny. We're going to try and sign him. Unfortunately, I don't think Slovan Bratislava will want to sell. Now, we've got a transfer budget of £3.7 million, although I don't want to spend all of that, obviously, because that is a bit too much money to spend. But we've got a lot of room in the wage budget, which is quite nice. So how much would Slovan want for him? Let's just put in... Well, let's just suggest... They've said no straight away to just 550. So let's just put it up to like 650 and make an offer and kind of see what happens with that. Tom, they heard about COVID and came back to Hungary. Yeah, probably. Probably just an online Zoom team call. That's probably what it is, actually. You're probably not wrong with that. It's kind of hard for me to watch streams on Twitch because of the bad internet in Iran. Oh, is it really? Oh, I don't know that. That's not so good. So yeah, every now and again when we start off streams with YouTube, that's pretty good for you then. There's this chap who also plays for Slovan Bratislava. Right winger, 21 years old, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. I feel like he could be quite good. Did he have a release clause, George? I didn't see that. We'll go and check that in a second. Just make sure you don't buy players in positions you have 5-star youngsters in. That's true. Right wing, we do actually have 2 players with 4.5 stars of potential. Farkas is one of them. The guy's actually starting for us, but he's not as good as this guy at the moment. So I feel like, well, if he's got a minimum fee release clause, this guy, does he? I don't think this chap does. Make an offer. How much do they want for him? £1 million. We might come back to that one. How much was Horny's minimum fee release clause then? Contracts, info. Oh, a minimum fee release clause at £875,000. I think we try and trigger that then. When that bid gets rejected, inevitably, we'll go back for him. And there's this defender at Steaua Bucharest who's got 3.5-star current ability, but 5-star potential. I think he could be very good for us. I don't think he's got... No, it doesn't look like he's got minimum fee release clause. But he's valued at 400k, so we'll just make the offer 400k and see what comes back. I think those 3 are my top targets, I think, for now. But I doubt... We might get Horny if he gets his minimum fee release clause, but that's going to be quite difficult. No Besiktas top today. No Besiktas today. Yeah, no Besiktas top today, unfortunately. Accept the deal for Shitty Joe. He's going to join the club. You love to see it. The marquee signing, pretty much. Gunnarsson, I don't think Gunnarsson's rated that highly, if I'm honest with you, by our scouts. And if I'm honest with you, we've already taken 1 key player, so I kind of want to leave Gunnarsson there to keep them going a little bit. Molnar, yeah, it's not a bad shout. And Kevin Sobo, whatever he's called. Yeah, that one's rejected. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Horny, obviously. Randy Schneider's a good shout. I'm not sure if he'll be in the game because we haven't got the Swiss leagues loaded up. But that is a very good shout, actually. Randy... No, he's not going because he's not got the Swiss leagues loaded up, unfortunately. Oops, I spelled Kevin wrong, didn't I? He's at Hajduk Split right now, 24 years old, but is £2.4 million, a bit too expensive for us. And he's on loan there currently, and he's joining permanently. Okay, so we can't get him, unfortunately. Molnar. Which one was he called? This Molnar, who's currently contracted to a club in Portugal. Firenze. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Anyway, let's get a quick scout report on him. That's a good shout with Molnar. Very good shout there. Furman also signing for us as well, which is good as we get a bit of a reputation boost. Goller is a player that I want to leave the club because he's on a lot of money and his contract expires in a year's time, but they want us to pay money towards him. So we'll stall on that for now. This guy's not leaving the club either. we'll do then with Golla. Transfer offer to clubs again. 200. Yeah, just oops, I didn't want to do that. Just 200k flat out. That's what we want to do. Unbelievable. The board fans say Shitty Gel is an e-signing. I know it's terrible, isn't it? But I think he's much better than that. We all know he's better than that. I was wondering how the Iraqi team are in your save. I don't, probably not too well, if I'm honest with you. We can have a look for them though. Or look for them, sorry, I should say. Iraq, any good? They are currently 97th in world rankings, and they've dropped down from 87th, so maybe not brilliant right now, I'm afraid. Tyson has signed as well with 4-star potential. That's really good to see, actually, that they rate him quite highly like that. Intensive language course as well. Youth players promoted that we can look at some point. To the B team, that is, because they're too old for the under-19s now, I think. £1.6 million for TV money. That's pretty good. And we've apparently had a link terminated with a club that we were affiliated with. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Where's Andres Nemeth? I don't know. Let's have a look. Is he a player that could be good, though? He's not coming up, unless it's this guy, but he's not coming up. So maybe it's not on the save file, unfortunately, in the database that we've got. Okay. Switching over to the new season, then. This should be good fun. Can you just take a look at Louis whatever he's called? I know you mean. Just curious how well he's in the save since he's based in Romania. He's now at Liverpool under 23s, valued at £33 million. So doing pretty well, Dutch. Very well there, as you can see. He's doing all right. Yeah, okay, right. I've not seen anything come through for Horney, so maybe I just missed it. But let's have a quick look at him again. Horney, transfer, make an offer. So he had 800. I think £875,000 is worth it for Horney. Just for the name. I mean, it's a bonus that he's a good player as well, but I think just for the name, it's even better, really. I think that's pretty good. And Eric Barai. Someone mentioned Eric Barai as well. Now, the thing with Horney is he's going to want a lot of money. We've got £99,000 to spend on wages this season. And, yeah, star play's got to be. That makes sense. He wants number 3. He wants to improve goalkeepers. Wants language course. Intense. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We don't want all of these. Suggest those promises. He's happy with that. Oh, he's not happy with that. He's not happy with that all of a sudden. What did he want? Improved coaching team. Is that enough? No. Okay. Okay. We'll go for Horney later on. Definitely. It's just a little break right now. Eric Barai. We'll get a scout report on him. But it could be a very good shout, actually. It could be a very good shout. Okay, so not the greatest start, is it? Horney realistically should be, yeah, just like 999 billion. That makes a bit more sense. Okay. Right. Scouting meetings. This centre-back at Maribor looks like it could be quite good. Oh, he's also a centre-back and CDM and can kind of play midfield. He looks quite decent. Approach to sign. I know this guy now. I tried to offer him a contract a while ago, but he rejected it. We'll come back to him later on because he does look good. Does look very good. I think first and foremost then, now that we can't get our key targets right now, we need to look at goalkeepers, in my opinion. So let's get the goalkeeper coming up. First of all, look for players that are leaving, coming to the end of their contracts. And there aren't that many. If you look, search it by value, maybe get a couple more scout reports on. Well, actually, none of them. They're not young enough, are they? I mean, this top guy could be 4-star current ability. But I think we might be safer to wait to get some of these guys on trial, maybe. That might be the better one to do. Because I just don't trust Kiss. And I'm sure you guys don't either, because Kiss has just been terrible. Who's this? Frank Varosh wants... Joel. No, you can't have Joel. Reject that. You're not having him. He's our key player for the future. 16 years old and already got 1.5-star current ability. He's going to be fantastic in a couple of seasons' time. I feel like we need to stay with Puskas Academy for a little while, actually, because we've got some good regens with them, I reckon. Tobias is back. You love to see it. He's finished his dinner. You love to see it. Glad to see you here. Hello, Pavan. How are we doing? I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing? Oh, you're not having him on trial. The cheek of people wanting to get my players on trial. You hate to see it. Bogdan. If he's a goat, which one are we looking at though? There are quite a few of them. It's a very popular name. So it could be any one of them. Could be any one of them. This is quite an important one. The staff. I think most of the staff can go, if I'm honest with you. Like this scout. Can we look at him, please? Is 10 and 7. It's rubbish. This physio is 10. Rubbish. In fact, we can't do that. B team assistant manager. Rubbish. This scout. Rubbish. Chief scout is okay, but not chief scout worthy. Director of football, I'm going to get rid of him anyway. Head of youth development is probably not playing my preferred style, although actually he doesn't look too bad in terms of his attributes, but does play a different formation. I say we get a different. I'm just going to let all these staff go. They're all going to go, and we'll get new ones in later on. So let's not worry about that right now. By Neymar or Messi. Good shout. We can try and get them. We can try and get them. Pussycats Academy. Are you mentoring the youngsters? No. And the reason why is because the mentoring stuff is broken. At least in my opinion. Because let's say we add a group here and we go to add player, you can only choose players who are in your first team. You can't choose like under 23 players. So I haven't done it yet. I was going to wait for this season, then move some up into the first team. And tutor them through that way, and then have them available to play for under 18s and stuff like that. This team have come back in for Gola, but I don't want to pay £600 a week for his wages, so I'm going to reject that. We go back to Gola, offer to clubs, and then we just add in that selling team wage contribution of just £1. Yep, and lock that in. Offer to clubs. There we go. And that should get a bit of interest, I think. He wants to leave the club. Literally, we're selling him now. Don't get so pissy with me. Seriously. It's not good enough. Good stuff, Tom. How much money do you have? So, we've been given a transfer budget of about £3 million, or £3.5 million, which is fanciful, to say the least. It's a lot of money. But the actual money in the bank is only 3.3. 3.5, 3.3. So I don't want to spend it all, obviously, because I don't want to go into debt. Victor Steiner had offers made for him. Steiner is a player that can leave. He's not going to be good enough, in my opinion, for next season. He's valued a lot higher than what this club are offering, though, or both these clubs are offering. Or they're offering him on loan, that club. We'll reject the transfer offer. If we can go back and find this one, go to that loan offer. If you want to pay us 10 grand a month, suggest that. Go for it. Take him on loan. That's more than we get in transfer money, so take that. That's absolutely fine. You love to see it. Take a look at Bakos. He's a very good young striker. How young will he be here now, though? The end of the Z, this guy, Bakos. 20. Oh, he's only 22. Let's get him scouted out. Not a bad shout, that at all. In fact, whilst we're here, what am I doing? Let's just have a quick scout out. Can we get... I don't think we can get team reports. So we'll just scout out all these young lads. And that should be quite good. We can just sign some of these players that might be quite decent, to be fair. Frimpong is a great shout. I'm not sure. I'm not sure they want to come over here. I'm not sure they want to come over here, if I'm honest with you. I mean, it's worth a shout, isn't it? But you made a promise that you'd keep your director. Oh, we did actually. It might... Is it finished? It's completed. Oh, thank you for reminding me, actually. But yeah, that's completed now, so that's good to see. That's okay. Frimpong. £7.25 million. We can't get him, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, he's a bit too pricey for us. Which you hate to see. You hate to see. Again, Frank Barosh really want to get Joel. He's under contract, isn't he? Or is he on a youth contract still? Let's just offer a new contract to him, just to secure this in there. You suggest your contract stuff. Suggest what he wants. He wants that. Let's add some clauses in there, though. Optional contract extension by the club, 3 years. Suggest that. Oh, he doesn't want that, and he's gone orange. So let's just get the contract locked down. We can offer him a new one at some point. Offer him a new one at some point soon. Okay. Gola's about to leave the club. Great, 200k in the bank. You love to see it. Some guys want this guy. Centre back, 2.5 star. Only 3.5 stars potential though. 100% of his wages. Give us 10 grand a month. And they've withdrawn that. Okay. I want to try and make a lot of money this season from transfers and loans. That's my plan. At least. Might not come to fruition, but that's the plan. Adam Bogdan. That's the one you were talking about, was it? Adam Bogdan. Who is apparently a scout now. Unfortunately. We've missed out on him. You hate to see it, but not good enough anymore. I mean, he might be a decent scout. We could get that maybe at some point, but nobody, Tom. You love to see it. That is true. I say it far too much. It's just a go-to phrase now for me. Okay, let's have a look through this then. Let's try and get this guy again. Approach to sign. He wants to play for us now as a regular starter. He wants important player. Okay. I don't like it when they didn't put a contract offer forward, because then I feel like I'm. Oh, he wants 5. Okay. Let's give him what he wants. Suggest that. I gave him exactly what he wants, and he said no. We will get him at some point. It's going to take a little while to get him, I feel. Looks like no one wants him either, though, which is good. I'm happy with that. This centre-back, though, is available. 26, Romanian. Can't really see much about him. Let's get more scout reporting on him. Let's have a quick look as well. If we get rid of the goalkeepers, just at some players that are leaving at the end of their contracts. The guys who've got scouted that already look like the best ones. Okay. I'm a little reluctant. I want to offer them trials before we actually bid for them and stuff like that, I feel. Not giving up check a player that I cannot speak. Or is that a team? So, I mean, this team. Okay. Senior squad. Let's get a team report on them. Team reports, senior squad. Or get team report. You get that team report, lad. Go on then. Sweet. Okay, so we're coming close to half past now, though. All right, Tom. Sorry, got to be not been chatting much. Just been focusing on cycling. Have a good stream. Let's just Joe in the Champions League. See you later. Have a good one, Mr. Welsh Irish. Good to see you again. Have a good one. So yeah, as I say, it's coming up to half past. So we're going to all jump over to Twitch in a minute. I'm bringing you all over there, and you'll see how much better Twitch is for live streaming. It's such a better platform, and we'll carry on obviously with this. Going through. We have signed players, haven't we? We signed Chitty Gel and we signed Tyson Furman, but no big signings yet. We're waiting on Horney. We will get Horney. We just have to wait until he wants to talk to us again, which might be a couple of weeks or so. Eric Barai contract scout reports come back. It's not looking brill. It's not looking quite the level that we want it to be, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, right. What we're going to do then, there's 108 of you here. It's like more than 3, it's like 3 times what we normally get over on Twitch, which is crazy. So, I'm going to put a link in the chat right now, which will be my Twitch channel. Go to, oh no, you hate to see that. Clicked on the wrong thing. Okay. So, I'm going to be going live on Twitch in just a second. So the link is now in the chat. Click on that link. Go over to the Twitch channel. And I'll be with you in about 30 seconds time or so. So I'll see you very shortly.